What's up, guys? Alright.
Your dragon movie, and they did whole movie earlier that day. We have one reaction that says, How to Train Your Dragon was simply incredible. The flight scenes were awe-inspiring. That action was dynamic, riveting, and it retains all the heart and humor along the way. Wasn't exactly sold on this live-action remake before, but I'm blown away. Another reaction says, How to Train Your Dragon is a gorgeous reimagining of one of the most beloved animated films of all time. Full of heart, it takes everything that made the original so special and soars to new heights with breathtaking visuals and a spectacular story for a whole new generation. Another review here that says, A live-action How to Train Your Dragon captures the magic of the original in almost every way. All the big moments are there, all the heart and excitement too, wonderful performances all around. My only gripe is the new stuff, while good and subtle, never elevate things enough. And that's where I'll pause it right there, because overall the reactions for this movie are extremely positive. I've seen many reviews that say it's not an exact shot-for-shot remake of the original. There is new stuff in there. I even saw one review that said that there is enough new stuff in there that they do from the original, that if they do a sequel, they have the option not to replicate the story of the second animated movie. And well, on that note, during the Universal CinemaCon presentation, they did confirm they are going to be making a sequel to the live-action How to Train Your Dragon, and the movie now has a release date of June 11th, 2027. Only a 2-year wait after we're about to get the first live-action movie. I really have a lot of thoughts on this. Of course, I didn't see it, and I'm skeptical about turning 3D animated movies into live action because that just opens the doorway for so many other lazy remakes to be made. But it looks like Universal actually did something in making those moments come to life while adding new things. The thing that'll really sell it for me and make me on board for what Universal is doing with these remakes is if they don't make a shot-for-shot remake of the next movie. I actually hope that they actually do something new and slightly different than what we've seen before, because if not, again, we're just making the same movies over and over with slight tweaks. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. What do you guys think of the reactions for How to Train Your Dragon and the second movie getting announced? From here, they moved on to talk about a new horror movie that is being produced by Jordan Peele that did get a poster for CinemaCon, a pretty gnarly poster. Just looking at it, you think it's a regular football inside a display case, but when you zoom in, it's a football with some staples and blood coming out, and I think this perfectly represents what this horror movie is looking to be about. The movie is directed by Justin Tippings and stars Marlon Wayans and Tyreek Withers. The basic premise of this movie is that a young up-and-coming football athlete gets injured, is hurt, and then spends the weekend with his mentor, played by Marlon Wayans, who is a star in his own right. This is essentially shaping up to be a sports horror movie, and really when I think about it, I can't think of another sports horror movie. Please let me know if you got some down below. There's probably an obvious one I'm forgetting. To me, I feel like this is going to end up being a horror version of the movie Whiplash. If you've seen that movie, you know what I'm talking about, the relationship between Miles Teller and J.K. Simmons. It looks like we're going to get that kind of dynamic between Marlon Wayans and Tyreek, where an athlete is being pushed to their absolute physical and mental limits just to be good at a game. I don't know, sounds exciting and interesting. With Jordan Peele being a producer on this, I'm for sure going to check it out. And you guys know how big of a sports fan I am when everybody let me know I messed up and named this person Stephen Curry when his name is Stephen Curry. A fun fact though, the movie GOAT, the animated film that's coming out with Sony, that was supposed to be the title of this movie, but Sony beat them to it, so now they renamed this one Him instead of GOAT. Cool. From there, they moved on to the Bob Odenkirk action movie titled Nobody 2. This is obviously a sequel to Nobody, which was a very pleasant surprise. Really ended up liking that movie, and I'm interested to see what they'll do with the second one. We did get a poster for this second movie, and it looks like it's gonna be about Hutch taking a family vacation that goes wrong. The trailer footage is described as, it begins with Hutch in an elevator. He asks, "You guys have fun at the convention?" Then he starts fighting everyone in the elevator. We then see him with his family. They decide to go on a family trip to an amusement park. While there, someone bullies his daughter and slaps her on the back of the head. Hutch separates himself from his family, goes back into the park, and beats up the people who bullied his daughter. Because of that, the cops come and Hutch gets discovered. It turns out he's in the middle of something nefarious going on. "Guys, I'm not gonna fight ya. I'm on vacation," he says to a group of thugs who then attack him. Ooh, boy, you know how many of these like John Wick like movies we have gotten since John Wick? You know what I'm talking about. Movies where they have kind of a middle-aged actor who always ends up playing the secretly skilled guy who can beat up anyone in the room. A lot of the times those movies get one and done and they never are able to make a franchise. And now here with Nobody, it feels like they're actually able to pull that off. I really like the premise of this one. Excited for it. From there is where we got to move on to the Blumhouse side of things, where they talked about some of their upcoming horror movies. And boy, oh boy, they started off super strong with Five Nights at Freddy's 2. A funny thing that happened is Jason Blum, the head of Blumhouse Studios, walked on stage wearing a toy Freddy costume, and we actually are able to get a photo of that. Guy looks pretty hilarious, and he's even wearing a top hat with the number 2 on it. That's really great. It's been kind of sad that this year they haven't been really allowed to take photos of the stages or people on them. I've only rarely found a couple that I've been able to include in the video. But with that, attendees and even audiences online got to see our first teaser trailer for Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I did do a trailer reaction on the Clips channel if you want to check that out, and I think I am going to end up doing a separate video for a full trailer breakdown on this. But just giving you my general thoughts on what I thought about it, I think it's a really solid teaser trailer. That first Five Nights at Freddy's movie, while I enjoyed aspects of it, I think had a long way to go for really winning over some of the general audiences. Of course, if you were a fan of that franchise, you were going to really love the movie because you understand all the history with some of these characters. But with this second movie, they're promising to be much scarier, to lean into that aspect. The movie will still probably end up being PG-13, but I do get more of a horror vibe this time around. And boy, some of the animatronics looking great. This shot of Toy Freddy looks really awesome. I was so impressed with the shot of Mangle just popping through the window. That gives off horror vibes. Bonnie picking up like a screwdriver knife. Even what looks like Yellow Rabbit pre-Springtrap picking up a knife and going to use it on somebody. It's so fun to start getting excited for this movie. I hope it ends up being better than the last movie. Like I said, there's other things I'll get into in a separate video, but I was kind of shocked to see McKenna Grace has a cameo in this movie. That was so unexpected. So be on the lookout for that trailer breakdown. But from there, they ended up moving on to talk about Black Phone 2. And I've been really interested to see what they do with the sequel for the Black Phone now that the Creeper died in the last movie, but looks like they're going supernatural. The teaser begins with a payphone slash phone booth in the offside of the road in winter. Finney is walking and sees a payphone and stops. We then see 3 photos being placed on a table, then it cuts to a boy inside a basement with someone very slowly and loudly walking down the stairs. Later, Finney answers the phone and the grabber appears on the outside. Hello, Finney. Did you think our story was over? You of all people know down the bolts. We then see 3 photos. Died in the last movie, but looks like they're going supernatural. The teaser begins with a payphone slash phone booth in the offside of the road in winter. Finney is walking and sees a payphone and stops. We then see 3 photos being placed on a table, then it cuts to a boy inside a basement with someone very slowly and loudly walking down the stairs. Later, Finney answers the phone and the grabber appears on the outside. Hello, Finney. Did you think our story was over? You of all people know that death is just a word. Finney is shown in the phone booth a lot. The scenes of the other boys or kids are being attacked and nearly murdered. It's pretty much like Freddy Krueger now. So that's the angle they're taking with the Black Phone 2 and how they're deciding to continue on this franchise. Yes, they killed off the Creeper, but they did it in the basement where all the kids in that movie were coming back to life and able to help the victim in that basement. Now that the Creeper died there, he's coming back, but he's not coming back to help anybody. He's coming back to haunt the kids and get revenge. It really does seem like Blumhouse has now got their own version of Freddy Krueger, and that the Creeper now has demonic supernatural abilities, which makes him an even bigger threat. You know what? I'm down for that. I love me Freddy Krueger. I am dying for another Nightmare on Elm Street movie, but there are still legal issues preventing that, so fine. I am willing to see Scott Derrickson, a very talented horror director, take its swing at his own version. How are you guys feeling about this being the way they do Black Phone 2? Next up, they then decided to showcase Megan 2.0, a movie I'm very interested in seeing, but I don't know if it's out of excitement or just how crazy this sequel is going to be. You guys have heard now for a while, I've let you know, the plot of this movie is going to be Megan now becoming the good guy because there's another AI robot that emerges and she needs to put them down. And that's exactly what the trailer footage at CinemaCon showed off, except a lot of people were really saying this no longer feels like a horror movie and instead an action comedy, because Megan will be getting an upgraded body. She'll just end up being a little taller, but also probably be giving some stronger upgrades to fight this new AI being who is named Amelia. And the trailer does showcase the scene I was talking about with Megan just jumping out of a helicopter doing a heist. The song in the trailer is also Britney Spears' Oops, I Did It Again, and Megan is even quoted at one point with saying, "Hold on to your vaginas." Absolute peak coming our way, guys. The only thing I am fearful about Megan 2.0 is I have heard that Megan actually doesn't have a ton of screen time throughout the movie. I'm being told that for a lot of the movie, Megan is going to be stuck in this Alexa form that we saw at the end of the first movie until about halfway or even later into the movie, the main characters realize they just need to bring Megan back to life because she's their only hope. So we'll see how that ends up turning out. I'm never a big fan of horror franchises when they go from horror to comedy, but if I really think about it, the first Megan was barely a horror movie. It pretty much was already a comedy, so I'm willing to see how bonkers it goes. Then from there, they showed off a movie in the Megan universe entitled Soulmate. And again, it is set in the same universe as the Megan movie. I don't know if there will be some crossover, but it's basically going to be about a robotic sex doll that turns evil and is super obsessed with its owner. It looks like it's basically going to be the movie Companion, except the robot is the bad guy instead of the way it was in the movie Companion. Sure, why not? Let's see how that goes. From there, they decided to only briefly talk about Steven Spielberg's new upcoming sci-fi movie. We have no idea what the name of it is or really even what it's about, other than that it's a UFO film. The quick thing that they did mention on stage though is that this is a return to form for Steven Spielberg in his iconic sci-fi film route with a major twist. And again, I'm a big fan of Steven Spielberg. He has done so many classics, from the original Jurassic Park, Jaws, E.T. The last kind of blockbuster movie he made was Ready Player One, and that ended up just being a mild success for him. Him going back to his days of like E.T. or kind of sci-fi blockbuster movies, I'm really interested to see this film because I miss me some classic Steven Spielberg on screen. I've been liking his like smaller, more personal movies he's been doing, but nothing hits like a blockbuster Steven Spielberg movie. And then they ended things off with having Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande talk about Wicked for Good. I honestly never thought I'd be really looking forward to the Wicked sequel, but I actually became very invested into the Wicked universe after that first movie, and just some of the details I have heard of what happens in the sequel got me really wanting to see the film. And again, that's from someone that did not care at all that Wicked was coming out. As far as what the footage and trailer that got revealed there, it says it opens with a cracking window around Glinda in the Emerald City. Elphaba, I know you're here. Just come out before the monkeys spot you, says Ariana Grande. This is between us, the wizard and I, says Cynthia Erivo. Prince Ferio leads a squadron that is searching for Elphaba. Elphaba writes, our wizard lies in the sky. An angry mob with pitchforks comes. The song For Good plays. I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, Ariana Grande sings. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? Elphaba and Glenda harmonize together. We see an overhead shot of Dorothy walking the yellow brick road with a scarecrow, Tin Man, and Cowardly Lion. Because I knew you, I had been changed for good. The pair sing together. I'm off to see the wizard, says Cynthia Erivo. She flies through the sky, followed by flying monkeys. Cut to the title. And okay, I can already picture that in my mind, and I am for sure interested to see it. The Scarecrow, Tin Man, and Cowardly Lion. Because I knew you, I had been changed for good. The pair sing together, "I'm off to see the wizard," says Cynthia Erivo. She flies through the sky, followed by flying monkeys. Cut to the title. And okay, I can already picture that in my mind, and I am for sure interested to see it. I know a lot of people have also become Wicked pilled since that first movie, so this all sounds good. I can't wait till we can actually see that footage. But that is the end of the Universal CinemaCon panel. A lot of great stuff thrown in there. So many movies I'm interested in, and we got some footage also released online for the public. That's what you would hope for out of a CinemaCon panel. Let me know what got you most hyped up. Don't forget to check out the other CinemaCon videos. But as always, my name is Chris. Take care.
What it do, flight crew? FTC. Flight team stand up! It's April. Another month to be grateful. We got the Kim Dude! Episode 2! Baltimore. Now the last time we reacted, it was an absolute embarrassment to the other team. A 72-point blowout. I don't even know why they signed up for the tournament. Now, this title says my AAU team faced its toughest opponent yet. Now, usually when it has that type of title, that means from start to finish most of the time, there is no games to be played. It's a down roll wire. So, this shall be a better game than a blowout, hopefully, man. Let's check it out.
Y'all lose, I'm sorry. They got 3 moves. We gonna lose. They got like 3 commits. Y'all gonna lose. Yeah, put me on game. The whole time. We gonna lose this. The whole time. I ain't gonna lie. You said anything we don't even know. We wouldn't even play for real.
That's crazy. They said the security trying to make them lose.
You playing 2A basketball?
Hold on, I know him. He's not that good. He's 2A.
You should play 2A.
He's 2A. You go to Largo.
What do you think about this atmosphere, man? I used to be a collegiate player and stuff like that, man. This is crazy, man. I love it though, man. It's good for the basketball community.
It's
The kids back involved, man.
It's right way to lead, man.
And all they to lead, man. Y'all do y'all thing, man.
Facts. Yo, bro, one thing that, like, I feel like that goes unlooked a little bit low-key, like what Cam is doing with this, like, AAU stuff, bro, especially when it's, like, around the summertime, bro, it's, like, keeping, like, you know what I'm saying, like, kids, like, out of trouble off the streets and shit, you know what I'm saying, like, it's keeping them, like, you know what I'm saying, entertained, it's keeping, you know what I'm saying, everybody, like, in a control. Now obviously they can't control what they do once they step about the stadium and stuff, but for the most part they get a good different, you know what I'm saying, influence and different type of you know, hopefully a better outlook on life and stuff, man. So I think that's pretty dope. That's actually one of my favorite things about
this is the game.
Notice.
Now mind you guys, this is the team that beat us last year in Ohio.
Really?
This is the team that beat us 2 years ago in Ohio off that game.
2 years ago. I ain't gonna lie, guys. I'm be fair, bro. We've reacted at least over 30 episodes of RW. I don't remember.
Winner, if y'all remember.
Do we react to this? Yeah, I don't remember. We probably didn't react to this.
Trying to fight our parents. Remember that? Yeah. So this is gonna be a game. Y'all grab y'all popcorn, grab whatever you need. It's about to get real.
Man, you heard him.
Also, we didn't do a light goal last, man. We need like
Black off the block, freedom of movement, sportsmanship.
All right, bro. Yo, close the schools, bro. Go grab his book bag, bro. I ain't gonna lie. If I'm on RWE and I'm playing somebody that has this look at his face, bro, can we just go get some food and go home, please? Yo, this dude right here is trying to get all the highlights. Hey, I'm just gonna tell y'all right now, right off the bat, man, my prediction, he gonna try it. He want all the highlights, he want all the special plays. Afro's standing on business. Bro, is that his default face? I haven't seen him.
Three of our players came up to me and said they're actually good, so I think they're scared.
Damn, RWE, bro. Y'all backing down?
They're actually good? Yeah, they're actually good.
Hey, bring it in.
Now, honestly, in situations like this, bro, you can't be intimidated by the other team. Once you start getting intimidated by the other team before the tip-off happens, bro, it's game over. You already lost right before it started, bro. The best thing is to have confidence. You got to say that, bro, all you guys have is maybe better athleticism or better shooting. You got to, like, low-key downplay something in a situation like this, but also be prepared for everything, that, you know, to come with. So
it looks like some of y'all is shook over here.
right.
They're good, bro. Look, P-Rob nervous.
Damn, bro. Like, it's fine to say that they good, but, bro, the glaze is crazy. Is you scared?
Nah, but real shit though, hey, go out here and hoop, man.
That's what I'm saying. Go out, have fun, and hoop.
We finna fight. They beat us 2 years ago, or last year, off a game winner in Ohio.